We're back with the next chapter of ReZero, Arc 7, Chapter 75, I Know. And before we start that, we got some comments from last video that Todd continues to be an annoying character. He's very persistent, like, really persistent. In the last arcs he's been in, he's always chased Subaru. Not always, but has made him go on the run a lot. And Subaru is a general who has never lost a soldier. He has to learn how to mourn his loss and move forward. Yeah, this is the first time he's actually lost people, I believe. But he lost Rem, technically. And he was more attached to her, I think, than these guys. But it's more the finality of it, of him losing those under him. So, that's true. And now on to the chapter. He did lose people during the subjugation of the White Whale, and also in Arc 4 when they're in the Watergate City. So I don't know why this is different. Like, from what it seems, almost all the gladiators are pretty much dead already on the island, and it's just a few of them left. But it didn't break him as much as it did now for some reason. I don't understand. Cecilus and Subaru are talking, and Cecilus is making Subaru madder with each word he says, essentially about Hien and the others that have died. And it is revealed that Cecilus has gotten far enough away from Arakia to talk with Subaru for a little bit before he begins the fight again with Arakia. And I thought that he had already defeated Arakia in like the last chapter when he showed up, and it seems not. It seems like that he's either weaker in this state than Arakia, or they've both taken some damage. Arakia catches up, and Subaru runs away while Cecilus and Arakia prepare to fight again. Arakia is confused about Cecilus. I believe that she was told by someone that Cecilus may have perished. I don't know if that's right or not. That's what I thought made her attack the Emperor, or Abel, when he was in the walled-off city. They talk for a little bit. It seems Arakia wants to know what happened to Cecilus, but Cecilus doesn't want idle chatter, and they fight. And then it goes back to Subaru's point of view. Subaru compares himself to Todd and wonders why he can't do the things that Todd does, which is my thought exactly on the matter. And then he runs back into Tanza, so Tanza's alive, which I thought would be the case because she was just thrown out a window, you know? A lot of characters survive that. They reunite, and Subaru essentially gives up and tells Tanza that the other two are dead, along with Fights, who she already knew about. Trying to get Tanza to leave without him, Subaru tells her that it's a lie that he's the Emperor's son, and doesn't really say it, but wants her to leave and just like leave him there. Tanza says it's because he got to know the three of them that they were so willing to risk their lives for him, and says it's the same thing that Yorna did for her, which is very interesting. With Tanza's help, Subaru finds the will to try and fight back again, and then Todd shows up. Tanza asks what Todd wants, and Todd says he just wants to go home to his fiancée. So now Subaru knows what Todd wants. Hopefully he does something good with this information. Subaru tells Todd that he can return by death, and nothing happens. Like, Subaru was expecting time to freeze, like you see in the anime, and for a hand to grab his heart or whatever, and it doesn't. Subaru guesses that it's because that the witch lost sight of him, that he has the authority, but he no longer has the witch's smell because the animals didn't go after him in the arena at the beginning, and that's why the authority is getting weaker. So he keeps yelling out that he can return by death, and then he says, "Come find me, Satella," trying to get the Witch of Envy's attention, and then something happens. Satella appears in like the frozen space world or whatever, and grabs Subaru's heart. Time starts to move again, and Todd notices that something is up. And then all the witch beasts on the island start to howl, freaking Todd out, I guess. Because who wouldn't that freak out? Todd, guessing that Subaru's the one behind this, charges at Subaru, and Tanza tries to stop him. Tanza, about to be killed, Subaru pushes her out of the way and uses Invisible Providence to attack Todd, which I didn't think he was able to use anymore. But Subaru was already hit by the attack, and Todd's axe is lodged in his shoulder already by that time. And then Subaru dies. It switches over to Todd's point of view when they're riding across the bridge towards the Gladiator Island, and him talking to Arakia. So we get a look at the powers of the curse tool from what Todd's been told, and it seems at a certain point away from the curse tool, it activates, and anyone that leaves that area dies. It seems the curse tool only affects people that have been marked with a curse mark. So probably the guards were marked as well, because they're there for their crimes as well, essentially. On their way there, Arakia notices something and calls Todd. Todd sees something he doesn't like and instantly makes the carriage turn around so that they can escape. What Todd saw that he didn't like was Subaru and his group standing there in line waiting for Todd on the other side of the bridge. Subaru tells Gustav that Todd and Arakia are there to kill everyone on the island. And when Gustav sees that this is correct, Gustav gives Subaru control of the island and all the gladiators per the Emperor's orders. So it turns out that all the gladiators were there to welcome Todd and Arakia. So Cecilus comes by and says that Subaru has persuaded everyone else to go with him, and why hasn't he tried to persuade Cecilus, you know? And Subaru says it's so that Cecilus would make the face he's making right now, which is pretty funny. The entire population of Gladiator Island is going to march towards the Imperial capital, it seems. And that was the end of the chapter. I don't know why he's heading towards the Imperial capital instead of towards the walled city where he would believe Rem is at the moment, because he doesn't know that Rem has been kidnapped or whatever. And Emilia's there and everyone else, so I don't know why they wouldn't head there and unite their forces. I hope in the next few chapters we get some reunions, but it seems like on their way wherever they're going, they might be attacked by Arakia and Todd again as they're moving. Anyway, like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions. See you guys later.